Unbelievable amounts of Christmas cheer being It's going to blow your mind. Everybody's just saying that they can't stay. But they wanted to stop by. Oh, Internet! What's up, Internet? What are you doing? What are you doing, Internet? It seems like everybody's doing a thing where they stop by and they say, "Hi, I gotta go." I can't stay, but I wanted to tell you about Santa Claus. What's up, everybody? How's it going? It's Friday, the 24th of December, 2021. Hot and fresh. Hot off the presses. Freshness du jour for a Friday. What's up, dudes? What is going on? I was trying to look through the chat to find out what was going on. People are saying free substrate, free candy canes. I don't have any candy canes. But I guess if somebody drove up in my back alley, I could give them some substrate, I guess. I'm not shipping it to anybody. Last time I tried to ship substrate, they charged me money for it. And don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like the idea of that. That's a bummer, you know? But I hope everybody is having a wonderful, wonderful holiday season. Regardless of what you celebrate, do whatever you like. Celebrate however you like. I don't mind. Do whatever you gotta do. We celebrate Christmas around here with Santa Claus. That's how we celebrate Christmas. We celebrate Christmas with Santa Claus. That's what we do. This is a non-religious, aka secular holiday as far as I'm concerned, considering that it's pretty much just a commercialized holiday. So we celebrate it like, hey, we know what the date is. Hey, we do a family thing. Hey, that's what's up. This year it is pretty much canceled. We pretty much had to cancel it because this artist's illustration of what my daughter looks like as a blue ribbon award has caught COVID from her friends over at daycare because, a bunch of people, there's a lot of people out there that think it's all just a conspiracy, and because they read some memes on MySpace or whatever nonsensical social media that they're involved in. So they decided that they weren't going to get tested if they got sick, and they weren't going to get vaccinated, and they weren't going to do all this stuff. And now the daycare is actually shut down because a bunch of kids got it. Daycare's shut down until next year. So, it's like you got to just flex your own personal freedoms on other people's businesses. How about that? Yeah, that's pretty good, right? We're all supposed to talk about how business is king here in the United States, but, I guess you could just close somebody's daycare business for weeks and weeks on end. Never mind all the workers, never mind all the business owners. It's a small business, We gotta take care of them small businesses, right, America? Yeah, and just give everybody a virus that's in there. So, today, Christmas Eve, instead of running around out in the snow, going up to the mountains like we normally do on Christmas Eve, I think we probably were going to go see the reindeers, which we're not going to be able to go see the reindeers now. We have to stay home. So today we spent all right, so here's the story. Olivia tested positive last week. Vicky's had to take off from work to stay home. I was able to continue working on the Aquarium co-op project because I'm isolated there. I work by myself without anybody else around. I haven't had any symptoms. Although today I'm not feeling great. I'm not sure, though, if that's I'm just exhausted and tired and stressed out, or maybe I've become ill. I don't know. I might be becoming ill. I don't feel like, none of my lymph nodes are swollen or anything like that. I just kind of feel crappy and worn down. But that's pretty typical for a Friday for me. You know what I mean? But this morning we had to all go get our nose tickled, as we call it in this house, because I'm going to be honest with you guys. Olivia's freaked out by it. So we have to call it, we got to go to the doctor and get our nose tickled, right? And is she cool with that? No, she's still not cool with it, but we went over there. We drove all the way over there, And then we got in line with like, if I'm overestimating, I would say 200 cars. If it's a real estimate, it's probably like close to 100 cars. Because it wrapped around, went through a parking lot, went around the other side of the parking lot, out to the street, wait in line in cars to get our noses tickled. And then Olivia decided that she needed to go to the bathroom. Like, desperately. So, we had to do a U-turn out of there, drive all the way back home, go potty, then turn around and drive back and get in line again. So, we did that. We have our noses tickled. I don't know if we're going to even get our, what do you call it? I don't even know if we're going to get our, our results probably. It's Christmas Eve. I don't know if we're going to get our results even tomorrow. Probably Sunday would be my guess. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what shakes out. I don't know if we've contracted the virus from the baby, but I will tell you, 3-year-olds with a 3-year-olds with a communicable virus, you're probably going to catch it, right? So, it is what it is. But other than that, it's been a thrill a minute around here. Some of my work has gone on the back burner because I can't really do it because can't really be potentially exposing people, So a lot of that's kind of waiting, and then we've been just sort of here doing our thing. But luckily, I got all my Christmas shopping done. Most of my family decided to say, hey, let's not worry about Christmas presents as much because we're all old and we don't have to worry about presents for each other. Let's just get some presents for Olivia. Let's just have some dinners and hang out and do some stuff, which is kind of nice. I will admit, like I said, we're missing out on our current go up to the mountains snow adventure, which kind of sucks, but there'll be snow. There will continue to be snow throughout this year. We're going to continue to have snow up in the mountains for sure. It looks like we're going to have snow here starting tomorrow at down here at sea level. We're going to start getting some of that frozen precipitation coming down. So we're going to have that happening. That's going to be all through next week. So hopefully we'll have some fun with Olivia in the snow. Maybe the reindeer. We'll just have to do it later, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what shakes out. So that's what's happening in my neck of the woods with this nonsense. With Christmas, this is what's happening. It's kind of a bummer, but what are you going to do, Lady Guinevere says, my brother and nephews tested positive for COVID on Wednesday. I was with them a lot over the past 2 weeks, tested negative yesterday and feel fine. I got boosted last Sunday. They aren't yet. Who knows? Yeah, so I just err on the side of caution because it's like, that's the smart thing to do. That's the reasonable thing to do if you're a person. Just because it's like a reasonable thing to do, like if you're a human being, right? And that's all that we could really ask from our fellow humans, right? So, yeah. Lady Guinevere is in the chat. I haven't seen you in a long time. I haven't talked to you in a long time. Phone line is open in case anybody wants to call in on the Discord, which you do need to be a member or a patron for. If you're a Patreon or a member, you get access to our what do you call it? Our member Discord. It's our Discord. It's our community Discord. It's where we're over there screwing around, just BSing with each other, talking about fish tanks, talking about music, talking about whatever. We do that. Plus we got a Minecraft server. We got a whole bunch of stuff over there going on. And speaking of that, we got to update because we get to turn the nice back on. We're going to go from 68 members to 69 members, which means we could at the very least out here turn. Oh man, where did my text go? Oh, that's the Be Right Back one. Oh, text title. There it is. We can turn that back on, guys. Nice. All right. We can turn that back on. Patreon. We had a new patron also. Thanks to John. Or wait. Do I want to... I'm gonna make sure. Did I get... Let me check. I'm not going to say their last name, but I'm going to say their first name. That's normally what I do, just so people... Oh, no. We had 1 deleted, 2 deleted, 3 deleted, 4 deleted. But John is our new patron over there. So get up on the Discord. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've had 6 deleted patrons in December and 1 new one. Which is how things kind of go around here nowadays. It's like, here, have some COVID, get less support. Okay, I'm going to do that. You got it. You got it, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. But we did, crazily enough, we got a super chat from Tim Gossetti, dropping a $10 super chat with no even question on it. So hopefully they're doing all right. Tim, hopefully you're doing good. Appreciate the super chat, you know. NJW says Merry Christmas from the UK. Well, thanks, bud. Very much appreciate. Yeah, a lot of my time was occupied by a very needy guy I was in a relationship with. What? What is going on with that? We gotta hear the deets on this. What? Oh man, I don't know. Well, maybe Lady Guinevere will call in. We'll see. Maybe she'll call in and give us the deets. Matthew says, Merry Christmas, Joel. See you on the server tonight. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. It's been pretty wild around here. This whole week, I averaged about 4 hours of sleep. So it's been kind of brutal. But I did get some rest last night. So thank you. Thank little baby Jeebus for that one. Little big tiny baby Jeebus. You know what I mean? For getting some sleep last night. So that was cool. And I took a nap in the car while we were going out for the COVID testing, the nose tickle, as it were. I just kind of went to sleep, you know, because like, what are you gonna do? Here's the thing: Vicky doesn't know what to do when I fall asleep, except she'll talk to me and wake me up occasionally, but I can overpower her with just sleeping more. I don't know if you guys have experienced this tactic in life, but like, if you don't want to be awake anymore, you just go to sleep. And then no one can really battle against that because you just go to sleep harder. And then they're like, I don't, I can't even fight back. They can't even fight back against you. Rocky's Rocky, what's up, dude? What's going on? Long time no see. Man, a lot of people showing up today. I haven't seen in a long time. Amcluescent says, I've already started getting the eating the Christmas Day cheese. Oh my God. Do you guys in Europe have Christmas Day cheese? Or is it just Spotted Dick? Is that right? Isn't Spotted Dick the hold on, I gotta look this up. Spotted Dick. Isn't that the cheese loaf? Yeah. Traditional spotted Dick English cheese loaf. And you guys normally have that around Christmas, right? I don't know. It has an unsavory name, but it actually is pretty good. I've had it before, and if you've ever had Spotted Dick before, you know you've had it, and it's actually pretty delish. You know, clip that if you like. Does somebody? They're gonna have to clip that. They're gonna have to clip me saying, if you've ever eaten Spotted Dick, you know it's delicious, right? Yeah. Let's see. Where did my thing go? Oh, there it is. There. Okay. I'm gonna put it over onto this screen because I keep looking down, and I don't like that. I don't like it when I'm looking down, guys. I don't dig that vibe. Oh my God, we got a gigantic super chat. A $50 super chat from Mikey Fishy. What? Merry Christmas gift to you. Keep doing you, buddy. My God, Mikey, you're like one of the biggest supporters of the channel. thanks, man. Thank you very much. You know, I I appreciate it. I really do. I really appreciate it. It's significant and not disregarded, man. Appreciate it very much. I'm just gonna keep making stuff, putting stuff out. Um, I don't know if anybody watching this channel right now even wants to hear me talk about my current project because it doesn't have anything to do with fish. So I'm just going to skip past it and read some comments down here. Jeremy says, my wife just stands outside the door with a screaming baby when I sleep. That will wake you up, dude. That will wake you up. But it just depends on how tired you are. If you sleep harder, the screaming baby won't be able to overpower your sleepiness, right? Your sleep move, they won't be able to overpower it. U.S. Scaper. I'm assuming you're an aquascaper. I'm gonna guess. Tips for getting Rotella Florida more purple. Inject CO2, lean dose, and my light should be outputting 100 umol of an ONF flat nano. You probably don't have enough light, A, would be my guess, and B, you really need to get nitrate down. Nitrate needs to be way down. You need to restrict super hard on your nitrates, and it will purple up. But I'll tell you this much. It's not a battle I'm willing to do anymore. Now, is that something that you want to do and you want to accomplish? Then, my man, go for it. Actually, I don't know. I'm sorry, my man. Hey, it's just. I wanna backtrack on what I just said there. I don't mean to misgender anybody, but if you get what I'm saying, it's just a colloquial saying. I'm trying to stop with the gendering. You know what I mean? That's why I always say dude, because that's non-gendered. Anyhow, if that's something that you want to work on and it's something that you want to do, just to have done it, go for it. I find it incredibly difficult to have a tank and try to keep plants in a specific coloration while keeping fish, while keeping shrimp, while keeping my snails healthy, stuff like that. In order to keep the ecosystem healthy, I found myself, sort of walking away from enticing plants to do a certain thing. And I will say the benefit of that is a healthier ecosystem for sure, which is better for, all of the critters in your tank. But it's also better, in my opinion, as just a fish keeper, aquarium keeper, aquascaper, whatever you want to classify yourself as. You can definitely do these projects to get them to go all kind of crazy. But as a fish keeper, as somebody who's keeping my aquariums and I want to keep everybody healthy in there, it's just, you're really pushing the boundaries for most things to be able to survive very well. And as somebody who keeps aquariums like myself, it's much easier on me to just keep the ecosystem healthy. And then there's added benefit is that some plants may grow into a morph that you weren't expecting. I actually have, so here's an example. I have a metallic green cryptocorini, which is, I'll probably do a video about it someday. There's two ways that you can get it to grow. You can get it to grow red metallic, which is whoa, oh my God, it's blowing your mind. You can get it, well, I guess there's three, it kind of grows in three forms. So let me rephrase what I was saying. You can get it to do red, which is wow. You can get it to do sort of just plain green, which is whoa. But you could get it to grow metallic green, which is ooh, you just don't see that very often. And it's great to get it to grow red, but here's the downside. When it's growing red, it doesn't propagate very fast. It doesn't propagate very quickly. It's not its real healthy form for it to be growing in. So it's not sending out runner and runner and runner and runner. You know what I'm saying? You're going to end up with a plant that's just kind of growing and doing its thing, and it will look pretty cool. But when it's doing the metallic green thing, you're I'm propagating a ton of these. And it's one of the larger crypts. They grow up about 8 inches tall, however many centimeters that is, 14 centimeters or something. Um, so they do grow up like fairly tall. But the great thing is that they're propagating like crazy, so I can actually move them around into some other tanks and whatnot. And initially, when I got those crypts, I got 2 of them, and when it comes to like getting a rare plant, you're not normally going to get 30 trimmings from somebody, or 30, a bag full of like, here's 20 of these plants that are really rare, right? So one of the things that I do when I get in a rare plant is like, how can I motivate this thing to start to propagate? Because I want more than just the one, and I want more than just one in the one tank. Now, does that make sense? Because let's say something happens to this tank. Let's say the heater explodes and cooks the water or something. Crazy happens. I don't want all this, like, I don't want this rare example of a plant to end up dying off and then not have a backup or something like that. So, one of the projects I want to work on this year is a big greenhouse with lots of trays and doing that kind of stuff, because it's one of the goals that I have to do. It's something that I pretty much kind of desperately want to do. I really am motivated to do it. We've worked on a lot of, when I say we, I have worked with other people. You guys don't know him. I'm trying to get him to do a podcast with me, but he's just so busy that we always have a conflicting whatever, right? We're always conflicting. We always have a conflict. And so I'd like to introduce you to him at some point. But he's one of the guys we've been working on the automated controllers, the pump controllers, the dosing controllers, CO2 controllers, all that kind of lights, blah, 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 to try and integrate it in an easy way for that system to just run. And we're hoping to build like a really big version of it this year. We'll see what happens. We got some kind of bad news from the bank the other day. They screwed up with a loan paperwork money thing. I don't really want to get into it right now because we're hopefully trying to get a resolution on Monday. So we'll see what happens Monday. It's Monday evening is when it goes down. So it'll probably be next Friday before I can even let anybody know what the hell's going on with that. But so one of the reasons I want to do that is so I can get certain plants and start to propagate them and make sure that they don't, because one of the things I want to help mitigate is the collection of plants for resale. Like, I think it's important for people to get out there, like how we went to Peru and we caught some fish and we imported some fish back here to bring in to the States. Like, I think that kind of collecting is important for the hobby, but I don't want to see what's kind of happened with the boost collecting and stuff like that, where whole entire ecosystems along river lines and shorelines and whatnot have been devastated because people have been going out there and they just harvest all of it and then resell it just to make a quick buck. So I want to be able to kind of bring some of that to the aquarium hobby of like, here's what you could do in a smaller scale and kind of possibly put yourself in a position of, not necessarily like economic success, but you could make some money off of it if you wanted to, but more over the like, let's continue the hobby moving forward as opposed to sort of exploitation of the environment just to make money. Because I sort of know all of the elements now. It's a matter of, just kind of ordering stuff up and then just doing a big installation and all that. Luckily, one of the companies that makes the best trays, tray tables, they're a rolling top tray table. It's very difficult to explain with words, but they make them here in Washington. So I'm likely just going to be ordering them very local. So most of all the parts are going to be local and all that kind of stuff. So it's actually kind of going to work out pretty well, honestly. Better late than never says, I have multis breeding in a 10-gallon. Do I move babies to another tank? Also, do I feed the tank more than once a day? Great stream. Hey, man, I always have great streams. some people freak out about content that I talk about on my stream sometimes, but they're always great, okay? Top tier. Not S tier, A tier. Yeah. But do you move the babies? Well, multis, not really. I mean, they all have their own little space that they're gonna carve out. So I wouldn't really move the multis out. I mean, I guess if you're trying to breed for profit or whatever. I don't normally try to give advice on breeding for profit though. But as far as breeding the tank, I wouldn't pull the babies out. So let's say you're trying to just populate the tank and have a really cool multi-tank. I would just allow them sort of battle of the fittest, get the population up that way, and then you're probably going to have to sell some at some point if you are taking care of the tank pretty well, because they'll continue to breed. But multiple times a day, sure. Whenever you have tiny baby fish in a tank and stuff like that, you do want to be making sure you're spacing out the feeding. One of the big reasons for that is they just don't have the system. They don't have the body to handle long periods of no food. The stomach's microscopic or whatever. So they just don't have the system to be able to kind of just live without. So you want to be able to try to get some feeding and stuff until you get a defined fish. And that's pretty much for all fish. You just want to kind of break up that feeding time. Whether you're breeding betas, tetras, whatever, it doesn't really matter. You want to break up the feeding so that they have an opportunity to get some food and be able to maintain through that early time. So, maybe the first month, would be a good time metric to go by. Mickham is here. Merry Christmas, Joel, plus everyone. Okay, I don't know what recop for reg flu. I don't know what that means. Plus having a calm evening here. Bought me some Christmas gifts from a local fish store, a sword plant, E. Griesenbachii Tropica. I don't know what that is. I don't know what this one is. Griesenbachii Tropica. We're going to look that up. Plus a pair of Epistogrammas. Urethra. Urethra. Let's see. Okay, don't know what that is. We couldn't even Google search that. Let's see. Let's get rid of the Tropica. There we go. E. Griesenbach. Yep, I don't know what those are. Yeah, not helpful on the Google search. So I don't know. But Mickham, that's good to hear. It sounds like you're chilling. Sounds like you're chilling super hard. So that's good. We did get a member. Look at that. We got a member message. 35 months. Largemouth bass has been a member, dude. 35 months you've been supporting this channel. That is impressive, and I appreciate it, dude. Thank you very much. 100%, 1,000,000%. I was gonna say 1,000. That's just inefficient. Non-alcoholic eggnog for me. Yeah, I don't even know if I've even tried non-alcoholic eggnog. I always thought that it just tasted like weird pancakes. I was never a super big fan. I mean, I guess I could try some non-alcoholic eggnog, I guess. I've been sober for 2,782 days, which actually puts me over 4 million minutes. That's 4 million minutes, guys. That's 4 million minutes of sobriety. 4,609,000 minutes to be exact. You dudes. You know what I mean? So I guess I could try the non-alcoholic. I've never been inspired to try it that I know of. So, but I appreciate it. If it's something that you're into, I mean, why not? It's a lot of sugar, though. That is something. People are freaking out about the Die Hard movie being a Christmas movie. Although I did see some pushback on that today socially. I've seen some social pushback that Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie, and I think I've been on the Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie for quite a long time. So it's good to see some representation out there of my opinion. That people are like, dude, it's not a Christmas movie. I don't know what you're talking about. It's really not. I've always thought that Scream was a Christmas movie, mainly because it came out on Christmas and we went and saw it on Christmas. So Scream would be the Christmas movie that I think would be applicable. But Die Hard it's an action movie. I mean, come on, it's Bryce Willis. He's got bloody feet and he saves what is it? Nakamura? The Plaza. You know what I mean? I don't remember the name of it, but yeah. Variant of green small sword had the common flu. All fine with me. How's the daughter? She still got a cough, and she threw up earlier. I'm not really sure why she threw up earlier. I don't know. I don't think it was associated with a sickness. I just closed all the windows. Hold on. We got to fix these. I don't think it was associated with a sickness. I think she had a what do you call it? A sugar thing. Sugar pop? What do you call those? Ring pop. And then was a little excited and was running and spazzing out and being ridiculous. And then she was like, I got to throw up now. And I was like, okay. And so I held out the bag for her, and then she didn't have to throw up. And then she said, I got to throw up. And then I held out the bag for her, and she didn't throw up. And then she was like, I got to go to the bathroom. And we went to the bathroom. And then she was like, I got to throw up. And I was like, well, then throw up in the toilet. And she was like, no, and barfed on the door. So that was fun. You know, that was a cool thing that happened today. And then I had to clean up baby barf, you know? So I've got a lot going for me today. I cleaned up some baby barf. We waited for the nose tickle, you know, a lot of things going on. My young nephews have thrown up too. Oh my God, my nephew also has a ring pop. Yeah, the ring pop thing, I just don't even get it. I don't even think it's good, but Vicky had one and we enticed her with getting her nose tickle that she was going to get a ring pop, and then she got it, and then she was just chilling in the car for a long time having the ring pop. But I think that amount of sugar probably just sends her system going wild, so I think that probably had a lot to do with it. Anyone getting/giving Aquarium hobby gifts? I typically don't give hobby gifts. It really, unless it's like art supplies. I think art supplies is always like a really, really good go-to as far as like giving gifts go. Like giving gifts for aquarium stuff, I feel like that's an all year round thing. Like if I got leftover stuff, if I got things that I could pass on to other people, it's normally like I just do that all the time. And yeah, it's just kind of a thing that I would do on a regular basis. I don't know that I would buy anybody anything for Christmas and be like, you know, here's some shrimp food or something. I don't know that people would be able to, deal with that. I don't know how they would deal with that. What would they do if that was something that we gifted to them? Oh, that reminds me. If people are getting and giving gifts, you should definitely, you guys should definitely go through our Amazon link because it's the one. It's the one sponsor that we have. That's like a corporate sponsor. And here's the link. Control V. Boom. There's the link. Amazon.com/shop/Corvus Oskin. That's me. You could go to our store and you can find all sorts of goodies there. This is a goodie that I think pretty much anybody could use at any point in time, regardless of who they are. This thing is awesome, and this is a direct link, so it doesn't change the price, but it does kick down I don't know, the advertising fee, whatever that is, like 3% or 2% or something of purchases. Plus, you can buy whatever you want while you're there. So this Casa Smart Wi-Fi Plug Power Strip is a pretty decent gift for just about anybody, because you can plug in a bunch of stuff to it and you can control it from the app. It's grounded. It actually has a surge protector in it. You can control a bunch of devices, and it has 3 USB outlets on it. It's very useful. I think anybody could use this in their house. So I feel like that's a good gift that is in our store that is just universal. We have a bunch of other aquarium stuff in here, and a few random items thrown in every once in a while. There's a couple cameras in here, a bunch of pumps, a bunch of the plumbing fittings that people can't seem to find on a regular basis. Those are in there. And like I said, some other random stuff. We got a bunch of stuff in our store. It's all things that I've utilized over the years, and hopefully, not only is it, I hope it's helpful for you guys. Maybe we can make $1, and we'd be like, yeah, now we got $1. What are you gonna do now, sucker? And then people will be like, I'm gonna keep doing the same thing I was doing before. What are you talking about? And I'll be like, you know what? You're right. You're right. And when you're right, you're right. You're right. Oh my God. I just got sent an email about a gigantic house. I should forward this to Vicky because this house is ridiculous. Is this a greenhouse inside the house? Oh, no. This is the outside part. Okay. This is a deck. I thought it was a greenhouse. Weird. Oh, it has another house built inside of it. Oh, this is a house with a house inside, guys. It has a house on the inside of it. Is that weird? Is that a weird thing that... What the hell is going on here? Okay. Just welcome to Bizarro Town. Population. This house advertising that they sent me. You know, you look at a few houses on Zillow, the next thing you know, you're going to get 900 emails about stuff. I'm going to save this house because I want to show it to Vicky later. It has a house inside of it. Oh, my God. But yeah, that's hopefully some decent advice for you guys. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's useless. Feel free to let me know. Let me know in the chat, as always. That's the easiest way to get a hold of me. The easiest way to get a hold of me is when I'm live streaming and you can just yell into the chat. But if you super chat lots of money, I will probably respond to you faster. That's generally how that goes. Because that's we live in capitalism, and that's how capitalism works, right? I think that's how that works. I'm gonna save this house. There we go. Okay, done. Email? No emails. Okay, good. No more emails. All right. What's this other email address? Nothing there. Everything caught up. Everything caught up. There we go. 4 email address inboxes all caught up. That is good for Christmas Eve. It's always good to double check those and make sure you're good. All right. Is anybody calling in? Nobody called in. Okay. All right. I didn't want to be neglecting anybody that may or may not have called in. All right. Back to the regular chat here. Die Hard is a classic Christmas movie for me. Us here in Sweden, probably since we have 5 months of darkness and watch a lot of movies during the Christmas holidays. Well, the thing is that like Die Hard, in the movie, it's Christmas time, right? I mean, that doesn't make it a Christmas movie. If you watch like a Christmas Story, that's a Christmas movie because Christmas happens in it, and it's a Christmas movie, right? Die Hard, it just happens to be Christmas while an action movie is happening. Is there a fish-related swap meet where people sell their new and used stuff? Yes. Most every area has some kind of swap meet out. Jason, I don't know what... Jason, you're around here. Yes. Obviously, you're around here. Duh. You want to look up the Greater Seattle Aquarium Society. They have a... I think you can sign up and become a member there. I think it's like $15 a year or something like that. And then you can sell stuff in the auctions that they put on. So yeah, that. Or, I mean, I would just go onto Facebook and post stuff up onto Facebook or Craigslist or whatever, and you can kind of move stuff pretty quickly if you put up a decent listing of like, here's 5 or 6 pictures of the thing I'm selling with a description with a reasonable price and the area that you're in. Generally, I've never really had problems selling stuff. If you sort of follow that, I think it'd be pretty easy to sell just about anything. I think more often than not, people that complain about not being able to sell stuff is like, well, what did your listing look like? You know, you took like one grainy picture in the dark of a thing, posted it up and said you had it. And you know what I mean? Almost every time I've encountered somebody that's had a problem selling something, it's like, but they didn't do any of the effort that you're supposed to in order to be able to sell it, right? So there's that. But the Greater Seattle Aquarium Society does do, they do monthly auctions, and but the quarterly or yearly sale is the real big one that you could get all your stuff put into. But obviously with an auction, there's no guaranteed on price, and you're not going to be able to negotiate. You just hope people will bid on it. So that's kind of the downside. Upside, I always just post stuff up that I'm trying to get rid of and see if I can sell it. Tony says if you list on Facebook, you have to deal with a lot of weirdos. That's true. I deal with a lot of weirdos anyhow, so yeah. I mean, just this week, I probably blocked like 5 people or something like that. I don't know, man. I'm super liberal with the blocking because, like, I just don't care. Like, when people are being super negative to me or whatever, like, I don't want that to occupy space in my brain. Like, I just don't have time for it. Like, I don't have brain space to be like somebody's being, for lack of a better term, if somebody's just being shitty to me or whatever, like, I just don't have time for it. Like, I don't know, man. One person's being a douche and 1,000 people I know are being cool. I just don't have time for that one idiot. So I just ban people. I'm like, bye, see you later. I don't have time for it. If somebody has like a valid complaint, I'll always go back and forth. I'll always go back and forth with people if you have like a valid complaint or something like that. But if you're, so yeah, I mean, is that like reasonable advice? I guess. It might not be advice for everybody, but it's literally like just how I can navigate and, constantly being, emailed or messaged from people and stuff like that. I'm just like, yikes, bye-bye. You gotta go. I don't have time. Because I got a bunch of cool people who are being cool. So I'm going to spend time with them as opposed to wasting my time with people just being negative, you know what I mean? So maybe that's helpful. But I've definitely seen a lot of weirdos like pop up on listings that I've put up on Facebook and Craigslist and stuff like that. I just ban them. I'm like, all right, dude, you're weird. You get the weird vibes. You got to go. I don't know. And I being middle-aged and having been around for basically the introduction of the internet the whole time. I've been around the whole time. Maybe that's why I'm that way or whatever. But, yeah, that's just kind of the basic advice I could give to everybody. Mickham with a follow-up says you can't watch it in summertime. It would totally be a wrong thing to do. You could definitely watch Die Hard in the summer. The problem is, it's like, there's not a lot that happens in that movie that's really profound. You know what I mean? Like, there's not a lot of real content in that movie. It's literally like there's hostages. They're trying to get the Barabons or whatever, and there's a bunch of shooting, and the bad guys all die. Like, you haven't really learned anything. There's nothing really profound in it. It's just like a bunch of things happen, and then it's the end of the movie, right? So, I mean, that's why I don't really rewatch that movie, because there's not, like, that much great content to absorb there. So I would prefer to watch something new. The Witcher comes to mind. That's a great show. There's new episodes out. You could watch that. So, yeah. US Scaper says you've been here since AOL. I've been here since before AOL, bro. Dude, bro. I've been on the internet since before that. I've been on the internet so long. I've been around since when you actually had to take the receiver phone off the wall, turn it around, and put it on the modem so that the modem could talk to the phone receiver on the wall. And a bunch of people that watch my channel are probably like, what's a phone receiver? You know, you could just Google image search it. It's, you know, it's like a flip phone, cell phone, but with a cord stuck in the wall, I guess. You know? Yeah. Uh-oh. Tony's talking in, what is that, Swedish? We have a lot of good Swedish fans that follow this channel. I feel like I would be embraced with open arms if I went to Sweden, and it's on my list. It is on my list because I want to go to Denmark, I want to go to Copenhagen, and then I want to drive up. What's the crap? I'm being a bad human right now geographically. Sweden. Yeah, let's just look it up on the map. That's fine. Here we go. Sweden. Stockholm. So I want to go from Copenhagen, and I want to drive from Copenhagen up the coast to Stockholm. I want to do that, and we were going to do that not this year, not 2021. We were going to do that in the summer of 2020, and yeah, because of a thing going on with the people coughing and getting sick, we were unable to do that. But that is on my to-do list. I desperately want to do that with Vicky so we could drive up and down there. We'd have to rent a car, obviously. I don't know how it's all going to work out, but I want to do that. Thing is, if you go to Denmark or Sweden, there are a lot of people that speak English. Germany, a lot of people that speak English. Netherlands, a lot of people that speak English. So if you're American, those are easy countries to go visit. You could go there. Probably 1 out of 3 people speak great English. Find the younger people, though. Find the younger people. If you're looking for gray-haired people and you try to talk to them in English, they may have never even bothered to learn English. You will find that out. But if you look for the younger people that sort of, have like a quick step to them, like if they're looking a little lively, they've got a little pep. They got a little pep in their step, and they're looking maybe between the ages of 20 and 40. Chances are they're probably going to have some English to be able to, point you in the right direction, give you a little spin you around and point you where you needed to go. So, yeah, that's what I would do. If you're American and you haven't left the United States, get out of here. Leave the country. Go somewhere. I don't care where, but if you're looking for like fairly easy to deal with, those 4 countries would be fine. Austria too. Austria would be good. Krampus is my Christmas movie. Used to be Clash of the Titans. Ooh. That's a weird vibe. I don't know. Did you answer my question on how long it takes for Scris to propagate? I don't know. I don't think I've ever... I didn't answer that question because I don't think I've ever grown this plant. I don't think I ever have. It's a grass. Do we... Let's see. Is it under like a different name? That's what we should try to find out. Let's see what we got. Oh my god, I'm drawing a blank on what this is normally called. Super red plants. See, that's what's weird, because there's a terrestrial Zris or whatever this is called. My language is English. This Zris species super red. Where's the where is the common name? Or not the common name. Where's the hold on a minute. This is gonna take a minute, guys. We're looking through. We're gonna do a little you Google in here. So, all right. So, in some of these issues, or in some of these issues, some of these images, it's a grass plant that's not normally grown underwater. Yes. Terrestrial plant, terrestrial plant, terrestrial plant. All of the variations here. Let's go back. Where was my search? Let's just go to the basic wiki. Yeah, so most all of these are a terrestrial plant. So my guess is, let's see, I think it's an Areocalon. Let's see. Yeah, so I think it's probably closely related to Areocalon. I don't know. I mean, I haven't grown anything under that name. I know that there's this this 5-pronged spiky plant that's probably what it is that you're referencing here. And yeah, I don't know. Cuz all of the listings here are all of terrestrial plants. I mean, there's like 30 of them, so it would take a while for me to go through, but I'll go through the highlighted ones that actually have articles. And most of these are all terrestrial, so that's a lot of times people take a terrestrial plant, they stick it underwater, and then they say that it's super rare. So I don't know. It would take me some time to really look into that one. And I know some people are selling it. I know some people are selling some similar looking plants to that in the States, but I'll definitely have to I'll have to look into that before I could really give you an idea on what's going on there. But a lot of times people take a terrestrial plant, they grow it underwater, it grows weird, and it has no mechanism to propagate underwater and stuff because it's a terrestrial plant. Or maybe it spends 2 months underwater a year. So that could be what's going on there, but I don't know. I don't know. I'd say Mickham says I'd say 95% of Swedes speak English. Yeah, but I've always found that like the older group of humans, the older generations, they just don't even want to bother, you know. So they might speak English, but they'll just be like, "Oh no, no English, no English," and they'll just like go off wherever they were going. You know what I mean? What's your closest fish store? Largemouth bass says Witcher is great. I would agree. Fantastic show. It's very well done. Very well done. I appreciate it so far. I think I'm on episode 5 of the new season, and every episode has been pretty good. The twists have been pretty good. Unexpected stuff happening at every turn. Very, very nice. And an added benefit is that Vicky doesn't know anything about the Witcher series. She likes it and knows what's going on. Aquaman just showed up and said, "Yo." And that was it. No follow-up. Got it. Some nice species of tetras. No, but I'm great friends with the person in charge of the fish at Amazu? What is that? Amazo? So I can go there? What is that? I'm going to look it up. Oh my God. Amazo AB. What is this? Can I go there? Oh crap, it's in Sweden. Okay, I still need to go there. I'm thinking I still need to go there. Oh, this one's a pet. Okay, so that's a pet store? Oh, this is their contact info. I guess I could call them and be like, hey, what do you guys do? Can we... Oh, here's the English version. Complete supplier to the zoo store. Oh my god, guys. This is the complete supplier to the zoo store. Ooh, this is like the wholesaler. Oh my god. Okay, so you have access to the wholesaler, so you can go there. Oh my god. If I go to Sweden, you guys gotta show me the spots. You guys gotta come out. Yeah, if we go to Sweden, you guys gotta come out in full regalia, full, you know, and you gotta get your intestinal fortitude strong. You know what I mean, and bring it. You know what I'm saying? Just bring it as powerfully as you possibly could. Oh my God, we have a new member today. Warren Seaman. Warren Seaman has become a member today. We have a new member today, you guys. Uh-oh, we might have to turn off the nice. Uh-oh, I think we do. Okay, we have to turn off the nice. Oh my God, guys. Look at this. The number's going to go from 69 to back into uncharted territory into the 70s. And then we got to go down. Where did my text go? That's not it. Oh, what was it called? It was called title. Right? Text title. There it is. We'll edit that. And then we'll go like this. We have to go from nice to wowie. There we go. Here we go. There we go. It's so powerful. It's so powerful. People they probably can't even control themselves. That's how powerful it is. We'll shrink it down a little bit and put it right here. Wowie. Should I make it wider? It might need to be wider. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Now it's catching people's eye. Look at that. They're like, what is that? What's happening over here in the corner? And then they look over there and they're like, oh my God, he'll change the number if I become a member. And that's true. That's true. I will do that. You know what I'm talking about? We wanted to get over 100 by the end of the year. There's no way we're getting 30 today, though, dude. Whew. New Local Austin says, Merry Christmas, Corvus. Membership is up. That's right. New Local Austin should become a member, I think. We've been chatting for so long, you know. Tony says, of course we will hook you up. I just want you guys to come out, dude. That would be great. Glad handsome people, and then we can film some stuff. You know what I mean? I literally have enough action cams now that you wouldn't even need to know how to use a camera. You could just literally like hit record and just point it at things and walk around. Which is I think the best way to go, realistically. I think at this point in time, if you were going to, if you wanted to film stuff, and by the way, you guys know I use the Osmo Actions. They work great. The new one came out, and I don't like the new one. But the Osmo Action Cam is like, oh my God, I don't even know how much money it is now. How much is it? It's got to be like way down. Oh, I guess it's kind of gone back up in price. I don't know. Oh, excuse me, I burped. Didn't mean to burp into the microphone. I should have muted it. But, you know, it's Christmas Eve. What do you want me to do? It's Christmas Eve. I don't even know what's happening. Oh, my God. I guess the Osmo Action went up in price. It's like $249 now. So, you know, it's more expensive now. But these are the ones that I use, these guys right here. And by the way, I recommend these for anybody that wants to make YouTube content. And if you're not interested in the DJI one, you might want like a GoPro. In my experience, I think the GoPro Hero 9 is your best value. The 10 doesn't do anything better than the 9. And it is a little bit more expensive, but maybe you like the GoPro better than DJI. This is it right here. So if anybody's ever trying to make YouTube content for your aquariums, that's my opinion. 100% start out right there. If you happen to have a big ass camera like that one back there, then use that. But if you're starting out and you want to just start making some content, that's your best place to go. That's your best place to go is to get some action cameras like that and just start making stuff, walking around and filming things, just start doing that. You just hit record on it and you point it at stuff and then you figure out whatever you're going to make later on, right? I'm just kidding. It's not that simple, but the actual operation of the camera can be that simple. You know what I mean? I've met with MH several times at my local fish store. I don't know what that means. Oh my God, everybody's just chatting about... It's just Mickham and Tony going back and forth. Okay, nobody has any questions. And nobody even called in today. Why isn't anybody called in? I opened the phone line. Yo. I'm going to type it in here. Phone line open. Call me. Now. Meow. Nobody called in. Now I have to delete all these comments that I just made. Now I got to delete all these. This is going to take a minute. Delete? Does that work? Oh, no, I can't just hit the one button. I got to legit delete these messages. I got to do it the old-fashioned way. You got to click and then click. There's a lot of clicking. A lot of clicking happen now. So we'll just go ahead and delete it down until I'm just saying meow. All right, there we go. I don't know if I had any more stuff to talk about today. The other stuff I have to talk about today doesn't really have a whole lot to do with fish stuff. So unless anybody asks any fish content, then probably just gonna gab on with that stuff. Actually, let me check my notes from Monday. Reload. There. Oh, let's see. So I highlighted some articles on Monday. Salmon production, you guys don't care about that. Up and coming. This is actually kind of an interesting article, which was like talking about aquaculture coming up in 2022. A couple of new good things coming up with tilapia. I don't know if anybody's even interested in tilapia, rainbow trout, and eel reproduction, which seems kind of pointless, but actually eel does quite a bit for food production out there, which I'm always shocked by that. I'm like, I never eat anything with eel, and maybe I should be, but eel production apparently just has lots to do with food out there in the world. Oh my God, Lady Guinevere's, now your washing machine is broken? It's because you didn't call in. That's why. And you found an Amano on the floor last week, managed to plop her back into the tank, and she lived. Oh my God. That is wild. That is wild. Daniel Velez says, hello everybody, can't stay. Hope you're all well, safe, and healthy. Yeah, I mean, we're doing what we can, dude. We're doing what we can around here. But thank you, Daniel. It's good to see you. Too bad you can't stay and you got to go. But that's life, That's life on Christmas Eve. We're locked in here. We can't go anywhere. And I legit could be just like wrapping some presents for tomorrow, but I'm talking with you guys. That's what I'm doing. So that's what's happening. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, Jason has a good point. Sushi. Yeah, actually. Actually, that's true. I do eat the eel on sushi. So maybe I got to focus on that culinary styling, if you know what I'm saying. Like, focus on that a little bit, and then maybe that'll expand my eel consumption. You know? Maybe I'll be able to get over the top with my eel eating. Well, that was the thing. Like, I went through my emails there because I was hoping somebody had emailed me something, and they hadn't. So, you know, but nothing interesting on there. Aquascaping tutorials. I actually do. I think at the beginning of the year, I'm probably gonna have like 2 aquascape tutorials coming out. I'm gonna see how they go. I'm gonna see how they go. I'm gonna put out an aquascape tutorial, and I'm gonna see how it goes. And if it doesn't go well on this channel, I'm gonna just put it up somewhere else. And some people might get mad about that, but you know how it is. You know how it is. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Do 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 do. All right. Well, I don't. Nobody's like brought anything that I really have got to keep talking about. So I feel like I'm just gonna end up sitting here humming while you guys are doing whatever. But let's look through a couple of these articles real quick because I don't remember if there's something I wanted to. There was like something I wanted to talk about, but I can't remember what it was. I mean, you guys don't really care about tilapia production. Baker's yeast extend beyond growth. Oh, that's right. The folks over at Bangladesh Agricultural University purchased a healthy tilapia fingerlings that initial average lengths of 7.6 plus or minus a half a centimeter and mean weighs of 7.55 grams. After being acclimatized, they were split into 4 cohorts, which were stacked into 12 glass aquaria. And the researchers incorporated cerevisiae into tilapia's basal diets at different concentrations per kilogram. Okay, so this is something that I found to be very interesting. The actual incorporation of baker's yeasts into fish foods, which this seems to be showing like a ton of benefit for locally farmed fish in small, realistically not that big of tanks. Like this. Let's make sure I save this into the right file. Renders. Ooh. Did I save image as? What did I save it as? Web. That's goofy. Well, let's see if I can. Let's see if I can't pull up the media file. Oh, there we go. It actually worked. So, like, here's a good example. Oh my god! It like scaled it all wacky, which is why we now know that file name was Bizarro. Let's go ahead and remove that. I can go add source, screen capture, smart selection. Here we go. This is a way that I can just show it to you. Here we go. Boink. There. Now you guys can actually see what's going on. So this is the scale of some of the fish, the fish farming facilities, which I think like from this picture, you guys can get a good idea that, oops, I turned it onto the wrong thing. There we go. What did I just show you guys? What was that? Oh, that was just my studio. That's what the studio looks like. There we go. In case you guys were wondering, you never knew what the YouTube studio looked like. Anyhow, from this image, you guys could probably pick out that it doesn't take that much to actually set up what could be considered like a small scale fish farm in your garage or something. Like, obviously, this does take some time and some energy to put this all together, but I think it's within reach of most, people that are doing aquascaping, for instance. It's obviously not $5, But it's something that people could be building out and doing some fish farming in your garage or whatnot. Definitely possible. Recently found your channel. Was watching your video on peacock gudgeons. I'm about to be getting some that I plan on trying to breed. Any tips, suggestions, anything would help. As always, my tips and my suggestions would be A, high quality food, varied diet, get them fed up. Some of the best advice that I could give you is feed live foods. Live foods are number 1. Number 2, frozen foods. Number 3, gel-type foods. Number 4, dry foods, in that order. If you can get live foods, feed them up. If you can get live foods, feed them up. If you can keep your water quality good, everything will breed. If you can do those 2 things. Water quality that fits for the fish, live foods, feed them up real good, they'll breed. Pretty much every fish is that way. That's the most base advice that I can give you. So as long as you're maintaining good water quality and you're feeding them really well, they're going to breed. That's how fish operate in the wild. That's just how they operate. Peacock gudgeons, it doesn't really take too much. There's nothing crazy that you have to do in order to get them to trigger to spawn. As long as they're fed up and you got males and females and enough space for them, they'll start breeding. So that's the best advice I can give anybody for any fish, by the way, too. Feed them up really well and have good water quality. They're going to breed. That's just what, that's what fish do in nature. Oh my God, I just keep clicking out from this. And I got to remember to stop doing that. Let's see. Let's remove this. And then we're going to remove that. There. Okay. It's getting weird with that. But that pretty basic setup there could give you some decent amount of fish breeding production or something like that. And especially you could be farming your own fish if you wanted to. It's just a sign that most of us have some dedicated space like that and could be farming some fish in our own house, in our own space, that kind of zone. It's just whether or not you're willing to do it. Aquamain is wondering if you can keep auto sinkless with CO2. Of course you can. Most people are pretty... most people have been tricked. Most people have been tricked by... I don't know. I don't know who's tricked them into thinking that CO2 is super toxic. CO2 is only super toxic if oxygen is low. Okay? One of the reasons why CO2 doesn't really affect humans is because oxygen outpopulates CO2 by an insane amount in the air, right? So I think off the top of my head, I think oxygen is like 17 million, or what is it? 17% of a million. So I think there's 170,000 oxygen molecules per million hold on, let me check. It's either 17, all right, hold on. How much O2 in the air? I think it's 17%. I could be wrong. No, it's 21, damn it. Oops. Sorry, it's 21%. Okay. 210,000 out of a million parts of our air is oxygen. 21%. So you have 210,000, right? Versus CO2 is 0.0417 right now, I think. 417 or 415. So that means that there's 415 out of a million versus the 210,000, right? Out of a million in our air. Nitrogen makes up 78%, okay? So most of the air that we're breathing is nitrogen and oxygen. When it comes to in the water, how much O2 in the water? How much dissolved oxygen is in the water? Where's the percentage chart? Oh, poop. Where did it go? Where did this poopy thing go? Okay. Solubility of gas, air, and water, blah, blah, blah. Where's the stupid O2 thing? Oh, my God. You'd figure you could get a simple chart. Here it is. Oh my god, it's microscopic. I can't even read it. Why is it the tiniest little... Oh my god, guys, it sent me to Quora. Can we trust it? Probably not. But somebody posted the tiniest little... Okay, hold on. Where... I'm gonna have to make a presentation out of this at some point, because, like, why hasn't somebody just made up a simple chart so I could look it up so I don't accidentally say the wrong percentage like I just did with the air? Oh my god. Oh my god, you guys are... This is driving me crazy. What's going on here? Why is everything, like, tiny and out of focus? What is this? Why would you even post this anywhere? Okay, this pissed me off. Okay, concentration of dissolved oxygen in water, milligrams per liter. So, depending on the temperature, right? So, as your water temperature gets really high... let me see if I can't... let me see if I can't just share this image with you guys. Okay, hold on. Add source. Media files. There it is. Open. There we go. Okay. Now, this is over a year from dissolved oxygen concentration in water in the Passaic River below Pompton River in Two Bridges, New Jersey. Okay? So this gives you an idea out of the year, the amount of concentrated dissolved oxygen in milligrams per liter, which we're going to have to do the math to get it out of the millions, right? But this gives you the water temperature and the dissolved oxygen, okay? Dissolved oxygen, as you can see, has a fairly direct correlation to the temperature, but it's not a one-to-one, okay? A lot of it has to do with turbulence, stagnation, all of that kind of stuff in order for it to change. But if you do drop into these extremes... Oh, I need an arrow. Damn it. We need an arrow, guys. Where's my arrow? Is my arrow, like, far enough up to be able to see it? Here we go. There we go. So it's not a one-to-one. But when you do get into these temperature extreme lows, you can see quite a bit more oxygen in the water. Now, that's not the only thing that's affecting this particular water, because this is readings from New Jersey's, water column, what's going on. But you can see that, like, oxygen changes by the temperature more often than not. As temperature rises, right, you're going to get less oxygen in the water, right? So here's the blue line is the water temperature. The red line is the dissolved oxygen. So the blue line, we go up in temperature. We get all the way up to water temperature in Celsius. So we get it all the way up to 25 degrees Celsius, which relates to, like, what, 80 degrees Fahrenheit. So I think that's right. 25 Celsius to Fahrenheit. 77. Yeah, so you're getting close to 80 degrees and stuff like that during the summertime there. And you can see that the dissolved oxygen is dropping down. But also, the water is going to be more stagnant through here. So it's not going to be as oxygenated because likely the river level is dropping and the water's moving slower and getting hotter, and the oxygen is getting lower. As the temperature drops, you probably have a higher water volume. Things are moving and getting oxygenated better. And as you can see, we end up with more dissolved oxygen. Now, why the colors on this chart are inverted in my mind, I don't know why that they're like this, but they are. That's just whoever made it decided to color them that way. But as you can see, there's a correlation there. CO2 and oxygen don't have a relationship with each other than if your CO2 is too high compared to the oxygen, are you going to run into any kind of problem as far as a being continuing to survive, right? That's when you're going to run into a problem. So if you have oxygen in your water, if you continue to have oxygen, you just want to make sure that you have more oxygen than CO2. So the easy way to do that, aerate the water a little bit. It's incredibly easy. And as I mentioned before, when you run when you run air, the air that's around us has 210,000 parts per million oxygen, 780,000 parts per million nitrogen, right? So as you take this air, you pump it into an air pump, you bubble it out into the tank, some oxygen is going to get dissolved into the water, which otherwise could be being occupied by some other dissolved gases. As long as you're kind of doing something like that, you're going to bring the oxygen up because there's only 415 parts per million of CO2 in our air, right? So you have a tiny bit of CO2 in our air. You have this giant amount of oxygen. Drop some of that oxygen in there. The oxygen is going to take up some of the unoccupied space where dissolved gases could be. You're going to have air for your fish to breathe. They'll be fine, right? Okay. So as long as you're like incorporating your CO2 like that, it shouldn't have any effect on the critters that are up in there that you're going to be handling, right? Like it's just not an issue. So if it comes to autosinkless, they'll be able to breathe and live just fine as long as you're aerating the water a little bit. And I recommend to do that. But we also caught autosinkless in like 4.5 pH water with like basically no oxygen in it whatsoever. And they managed to survive. So I wouldn't be like super freaked out by it. Realistically, like I just wouldn't be insanely freaked out. So, you know, that shouldn't be an issue. But if you're asking the question of any tips on getting autos past the FU I'm gonna die stage, the biggest problem is getting them to eat. You know, if you can't get them to eat and put on some weight, ain't nothing gonna happen. It's not gonna go well for them, and they're normally been starved out by the collection mechanisms, like how they're collected, how they're shipped, all that kind of stuff. That's going to be the problem. And, you know, if you can't get them to eat any food and put on any weight and have any nutrition, then there is nothing that you can do to keep them alive. It's just not going to work. So you better have some bitchin' food for them to go and to get them to get eaten. Otherwise, you're just not going to be having a good time with autosinkless at all. My favorite food would be the Rapashi Soylent Green. Is probably the number one food that I could recommend for you as far as that goes. And I could find a link for it at some point, but the current link I have is for Warren, because Warren's a member, and members always get priority here, dude. You know what I mean? So I'll try to find a Rapashi link after we answer this if you remind me. Hi, Corvus. Merry Christmas. Can you suggest a quality pump for a sump I am building? Yes. These Jibao DC signed DCW signed DC controllable water pumps. These ones are pretty much the best. Price versus quality is the issue here. Are there higher quality pumps in the world? Yes. Do they cost a lot more money? Yes. The reality here is you could order basically like the DCW 3500, a controllable pump that runs on 28 watts, which is a lot less than an AC pump. This one does about 900 gallons per hour. The head on it is 11.5 feet, which means you can pump water up 11.5 feet. You're going to have loss and stuff like that. But you could order 2 of these pumps, and for $66 a piece, have one and a backup, and that would be less money than even just the Current. So Current USA is a pretty reputable brand. Their pumps are way more expensive. You know, one of this pump right here, which I would say is probably as good-ish. It's probably as good, is $155, which is about right on the price. It's not like it's just Amazon being weird. They're normally about $150 to $180 depending on where you're kind of buying those. So my thing is, I go with these Jibao DC sign pumps because they work really well. They're very accurate. Do they last forever? No, nothing mechanical is going to last forever, ever. But they last really long time, and you could always just buy a backup. And so that's kind of the way I look at it. Is like, well, if I have a bunch of these pumps, and if I have a backup and any of them break, I can just replace the one. I can just replace the one that broke, and then I can order another one, or I can fix the one that broke for some reason. At Mick, I'm waiting for the virus to pass so I can visit him in the setup he has now. It's a nice one. Man, I'm telling you, if you guys are vaccinated and you have your booster and everything, like, and you wear masks and just social distance, you should be fine. You should be able to visit stuff. You know, I think the reality at this point is that the people that aren't vaccinated are spreading it around like crazy. And normally the people that are unvaccinated are the ones that aren't taking any kind of like basic precautions, like, I don't know, standing more than 5 feet away from each other while talking, you know, which I understand. I like to stand real close to people and talk to them. I like to be up like right next to their mouth while they're talking with their mouth. We'd be like real close. Be like, hey, I want to talk to you mouth to mouth. Ooh, you know, I get it, but I think that's what's really going on. And the unfortunate thing is like, we have a huge population of like wildly kind of crazy conservative people. Like, I'm down with conservatives, dude. I'm down with conservatives. If that's like, if you have like a differing opinion and whatnot, that's all good. Like, that's not a problem to me. You know, but when you're like a wild kind of crazy out there wackadoo, I don't even want to, I don't want to deal with it, you know? And that's unfortunately like the people that brought COVID into the daycare, which sucks because, you know, Olivia's been home we've been home for weeks now with this, you know, and it's just kind of crazy. Aquatic addictions, so any plans for an auto doser setup video? Yes, at some point. At some point we will be doing that. I mentioned earlier in the live stream, me and one of my buddies have been working on a bunch of projects. I want him to be able to come on some live streams and do some podcasts and stuff with me, but our schedules have been totally crazy. We'll figure it out, but we're going to definitely make videos about setting up all that stuff, and you guys will be able to check it out, and hopefully it'll all be open source stuff that you guys can use, so you won't have to like buy any software or anything crazy like that. But yeah, I mean, you'll probably have to buy parts, but you know, yeah. Big D Smoke with a I'm late, but Merry Christmas to everybody. $20 super chat, dude. Thank you, my bro. Appreciate it. And Joel G with the member for 2 months standard message. He's using he's using his member message. It's smart, you know. Once you're a member, you just get a super chat every month. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Friday. I still have 56 characters of free super chat left. I think I got that right. Did I read that right? I don't know. May never know. Yeah. Let's see. Norway many times. Any tips on getting autos past FU? Yeah, I think I got that. Yeah. Grass-fed. Do those multi-stage cartridge filters reduce phosphates at all? I'm pretty sure I have high phosphates, attributing to my algae issues. Likely, you know. I've never seen like a multi-stage filter like not work realistically. They certainly do. But like if you're like desperately trying to get phosphates out, let me see. I can't remember the name of it. It's like what? Yeah, it's this crap. Phosphorb. And you basically can utilize this into a bag, and this will pull phosphates out for sure. API makes it $8. I mean, you're probably gonna have to buy more than just one, but it's like $8, Here's the link for it. But there are a lot of phosphate absorbing stuff out there. I always kind of recommend stuff like this where it's like you can just add it to a bag, drop it in there, see if you can drop your phosphate numbers down, and see if that is what's going on. A lot of times I'm going trial and error with stuff that I'm doing because, I have a lot of hypotheses on like what's going on in my aquarium. I'll just try stuff out. I'll test the water, see what happens. And if it's something that's working and that's giving me the result I was looking for, I probably was accurate-ish, or at least accurate enough to be pretty darn close. I can continue with that and see if that's going to long-term figure out what's going on. But more often than not, people are asking me questions about stuff that is going to take like a long time to assess the validity of, if something is the problem or isn't. And sometimes it runs into just that problem, is that a lot of people are like, well, I did the thing, but it's not doing anything yet. And it's like, well, you're going to have to, we're all going to have to kind of deal with the time. It's going to take some time for things to happen, right? So, yeah. Been trying out some new filter medias because the company that I bought filter media from forever has apparently gone out of business. You guys didn't buy enough from them, and they've like gone out of business. No, actually, they didn't go out of business. They were sold to a new owner who is not sure if they're going to keep making the filter material or not, which is a bummer, dude. Serious bummer. So I've been trying some stuff out to see what's good, Just Bob was here. Just Bob is here. Merry Christmas, all. Hope you stay healthy and be able to enjoy some R&R, rest and relaxation. Why don't we all just enjoy some R&R? Probably attend to some of the same ones without knowing. We'll see if we can make it to Klickenhelgen. What's Silkenhelgen? You guys keep talking about Swedish stuff, and I don't know what it is. We didn't even match anything. I tried to Google it. It didn't work. Dang. We don't know what's going on because you guys are talking Swedish. Man. Grass-fed, how long does that stuff last? I've considered some phosphate removing pads, too. You could try the pads. I prefer, like, bag stuff like this because it's just easier for me to take it in and out. And, dealing with pads is... not necessarily my forte, but yeah, I mean, it will work more often than not. A lot of times I'll put stuff into reactors, though, and go that route. Joseph Stanley's here. Merry Christmas, Joel. How's the peanut and the wife? Vicky's good. She's a little depressed. She feels like she's been non-productive this week, and I'm like, you're producing an awesome child, so that's good. Yeah. That's a good thing. Olivia's doing okay. She's still coughing, and I would think she's not feeling that great. But if you ask her, she's like, I'm good. Let's go running, and you're like, all right. But she still has a cough and stuff. She's not feeling well. We all went and got COVID tested this morning. I'm not sure we're going to be negative. I'm not sure. I don't feel that great today, honestly. But like I said earlier in the show, I don't know if I feel bad because I'm tired, because I'm just worn out, or if I actually got sick or not. I don't know, but I'm still able to do whatever it is that I was going to be doing, so that's fine. But there isn't really like a day that I really feel all that great, sort of ever anymore. I don't know. Yeah. That's sort of my baseline now is like, ugh, but it's okay. I still do all the stuff I'm supposed to do. Oh my God, Anthony says it's 12:09 here in the UK. It's Christmas Day. Merry Christmas. Oh, well, Merry Christmas. I didn't realize it was, oh yeah, it's 4 o'clock here. So, yeah, it's Christmas there. But 4 o'clock here, I think that means that we've been at this for a while now. So I should probably get out of here and go hang out with my daughter. Speaking of my daughter, big shout out to our super chatters, Big D Smoke, Mikey, Tim early on in the show, Tim Gossetti, Mikey Fishy. We had a couple member messages and whatnot, and we actually had a new member today, Warren Seaman. Warren Seaman became a member today on the channel, putting us up to 70. We still wanted to hit 100, but we're not going to hit 100 for Christmas. It's just not going to happen, you know? Like, there would have to be like 30 people sign up in the next 8 hours, and it's just not going to happen. So, I don't know. Maybe next year will be more profitable for YouTubing, I guess, or something, or whatever the hell you call this. Who knows? But thank you, everybody, for all of your Merry Christmas wishing. I hope you have a fantastic Christmas, for sure. At least get some rest and relaxation. At least get some good snacks and stuff like that. See your family if you can. Try to stay safe. Try not to pass the COVID around because this sucks, and it's not fun. It's not fun when the little people have it. You know what I mean? It's a bummer, dude. Yeah. I think that's it. Hope everyone just does good or whatever. Just do whatever you got to do. All right, let's listen to some music and get out of here.